In the world of journalism, certain individuals stand out immediately, not only because of their reporting, but also because of the charisma and warmth they exude on screen. Nancy Parker was a prime example of this. As a cherished presenter and award-winning journalist for Fox 8, she exuded a blend of captivating humor and uplifting energy whenever she appeared on their screens. But in 2019, a heartbreaking tragedy took place. This is the story of journalist Nancy Parker. Nancy Parker Boyd was born in Opelika, Alabama, and fell in love with journalism at an early age. In New Orleans, she rose to fame as a fixture on local newscasts for more than 2 decades. Nearly all of them spent anchoring broadcasts on WVUE TV. As a young girl, Nancy believed she could achieve any dream she envisioned. While in grammar school, she discovered her calling to become a news anchor on television. This dream grew into a great passion for telling people stories, motivating others, and bringing about positive change. In 1988, Nancy graduated cum laude from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa with a Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism. During her senior year in high school, she started the journey toward her aspiration by seeking a job in the news department of WJHO radio station. As a 17-year-old, she spent her evenings covering news, armed with a tape recorder and driven by her ambition. After graduating from college, Nancy spent several months in Washington, D.C. as an employee of the former Congressman Bill Nichols' press office. In 1989, she obtained her first job as a reporter with WTVM Channel 9's Alabama Bureau in Columbus, Georgia. Nancy quickly advanced in her career, obtaining a position in the news department at WSFA in Montgomery, where she began by covering weekend news and subsequently progressed to anchoring the morning news. In 1990, she assumed the role of the main presenter for the 5 a.m. morning show in Baton Rouge, holding this position for a duration of 6 years. This initial achievement marked only the start of her journey. In 1996, Nancy's aspirations brought her to New Orleans, where she rose to prominence as a renowned news anchor at WVUE Fox 8. Over her impressive 22-year career, she achieved notable milestones, such as interviewing U.S. President George W. Bush, encountering the Pope at St. Peter's Square, and earning multiple Emmys, along with various other honors and accolades for her documentaries and dedication to outstanding journalism. Beyond her professional achievements, Nancy was profoundly engaged with her local community. She frequently participated as a speaker and advocate for numerous nonprofit organizations and community initiatives, showcasing her commitment to creating a positive impact beyond her role in the newsroom. In 2010, Nancy achieved another of her lifelong aspirations by authoring her debut children's book, The Adventures of Yat and Dat, What's Cookin'? This was followed by the publication of her second book for children, The Adventures of Yat and Dat, Superdome, in the summer of 2013. Her life was filled with professional success, loving family relationships, and achieving her dreams. But the universe unfortunately had other plans for this wonderful woman. On Friday, August 16, 2019, around 15:06 Central Summertime, Nancy boarded a Pitts S-2B aircraft with registration number N600DF. The flight, piloted by pilot Franklin J.P. Augustus, took place in Louisiana. During this local flight, Nancy was filming a documentary about the pilot. This documentary included scenes of the pilot performing acrobatic aerial maneuvers in his aircraft. The aircraft took off and turned in the direction of the wind. Shortly after takeoff, the pilot communicated with air traffic control and requested permission to return to the airport, with no specific reason given. The air traffic controller gave permission to land on runway 36R. A witness noted that the aircraft showed unstable and wiggling movements in the air, indicating that something strange was going on. Eventually, the plane made an emergency landing. The witness rushed to the crash site to provide assistance, but upon arrival, the plane was completely engulfed in flames. Another eyewitness was close to the accident site in a nearby trailer. He saw the plane fly past his window, leaving behind a red streak. Shortly thereafter, he heard the sound of the crash. He ran outside, shocked to see what had happened. First responders found the plane's wreckage about 0.8 miles south of the airport. 53-year-old Nancy Parker and 69-year-old pilot Franklin J.P. Augustus had both passed away from their injuries. Glenn released a statement on Saturday morning, August 17, 2019, regarding the passing of his wife. "My heart is shattered. The dearest and most wonderful person in my life is gone. Our Nancy was an amazing human being. I was so proud of her. First, as an awesome mother of 3 children, just incredible. She loved them so much. This is why this is so difficult to comprehend. And she was a true professional, a master of her craft. She had so much to give, so smart, so talented. She was my everything. I just don't know. I really don't." The news of Nancy Parker's passing stirred so much within the television broadcasting community in the United States, and many colleagues offered condolences to her family and Fox 8 News.
Longtime WVUE journalist and anchor Nancy Parker, a simply wonderful person. She died today in a small plane crash.
The TV station released an official statement, which read as follows: "Today we lost a wonderful journalist and remarkable friend. The New Orleans television community lost a true treasure, but beyond that, her family lost a wife, a mother, and a daughter." Fox 8 Vice President and General Manager Tim Ingram shared in a statement published by WDSU 6 News. "She will be sorely missed, and her absence creates a void that cannot be filled." The mayor of New Orleans, LaToya Cantrell, came out with a Twitter message to express her condolences, calling Nancy and the pilot Franklin Augustus exceptional individuals. A moving memorial service was held at Xavier University's Convocation Center on Friday, August 23, 2019. About 1,000 people attended the event, including New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell and Gail Benson, owner of the Saints. The memorial service witnessed the presence of local television figures, including her fellow Fox 8 colleagues, as well as Norman Robinson, who presided over the event. Furthermore, numerous attendees were Fox 8 viewers who, although not personally acquainted with Nancy, had been deeply moved by her affable nature and humor throughout her remarkable 23-year tenure as a local TV luminary. Following the memorial service, attendees were accompanied by law enforcement officers, with the Treme Brass Band leading the way. They made their way to the Fox 8 studios, where Nancy Parker's colleagues paid tribute to her through a concise ceremony and the symbolic release of 8 doves. In August 2020, the Parker family initiated a $23 million lawsuit against the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. The lawsuit alleged that the FAA had granted approval for the aircraft to fly, despite being aware of its previous mechanical issues. Glenn Boyd, representing himself and their 3 children, filed the wrongful death lawsuit in U.S. District Court in New Orleans. The claim contended that FAA personnel had knowledge of the airplane's extensive history of inadequate maintenance, mechanical problems, and limited flight hours when they authorized the flight. Officials from the Federal Aviation Administration refrained from providing a statement regarding the lawsuit. Their decision was influenced by the ongoing need to await the National Transportation Safety Board report, a process that might extend for an additional 12 to 24 months. The National Transportation Safety Board report, which was released in March 2022, concluded a thorough investigation aimed at uncovering the crash's root cause. As per the report, pilot Franklin J.P. Augustus experienced a loss of control of the aircraft due to undetermined reasons. The aircraft hit the ground about 45 degrees nose down and a heading of about 355 degrees magnetic. The crash site was enclosed by a steel fence, railway tracks, and electrical power lines. Notably, there were discernible indentations in the ground beneath the nose and fuselage of the plane. The surrounding terrain exhibited scorch marks attributed to the heat and the force of the impact. After the collision, a fire ignited and inflicted extensive damage to the majority of the aircraft, encompassing the cockpit and the control surfaces obscured by dust. What remained discernible were only the remnants of the tube structure. An inspection of the aircraft's controls and engine did not reveal any evident irregularities prior to the crash. Unfortunately, A post-crash fire obliterated the aircraft, rendering a comprehensive investigation unfeasible. Consequently, the cause behind the loss of control and the subsequent impact with the ground remained undetermined based on the accessible information. The New Orleans Forensic Center conducted an autopsy on the pilot, determining that the cause of his death was the result of multiple blunt force injuries. Additionally, the Federal Aviation Administration's Forensic Science Laboratory conducted toxicology examinations on samples obtained from the pilot, revealing negative results for the presence of alcohol and other drugs. During her illustrious career, Nancy garnered numerous accolades, including 5 Emmy Awards, 5 Edward R. Murrow Awards, and several Associated Press and Press Club Awards. In 2015, she was honored with the Burt Bank Distinguished Service Award at the University of Alabama. Her legacy extended posthumously as she was inducted into both the University of Alabama Hall of Fame and the Louisiana State University Hall of Fame. Her parents consistently offered unwavering support for her career and took immense pride in her achievements. They expressed their sentiments by stating, "Nancy has always been an advocate for the underdog and a lover of all people. Nancy's love for humanity was unique. She had such a winning personality. A part of Nancy is present in everything we touch or see, and her family honors her existence every day of their lives. We thank God that Nancy grew up in a city that returned her love. We know how much she loved us as her parents. Her children often remind us that a part of her is in each of them. They feel they should continue to be the best and live the life their parents wanted them to live." Her legacy endures within the hearts of those she influenced and motivated. She will forever be commemorated as a skilled professional, a devoted mother, and unquestionably an exceptional individual.